Hey, Tea Party, how you doing? Excuse me? Are you talking to me? You wanna what? You wanna fight?
Fight.
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 We will fight to repeal Obamacare.
I have spent my time fighting.
We're into the fight, and we want the Senate to join us.
Fight.
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 This is a fight we can win.
I am one little fighter.
And we in Congress were sent to Washington by our constituents to fight.
They obviously haven't seen my guns. Big mistake.
And if we can actually get Republicans to stand up and fight this fight, I believe we can win this fight.
Battle after battle after battle, where they literally stood shoulder to shoulder with their shields up and their javelins pointed. You see, battles count. You need to know when to fight. This is the time to fight. This is our moment for posterity. And I thank God that we finally have the will to stand up, take on this oppressive president, and stand for what is good and righteous and true. Is the battle of our time.
Now hold on a second here. Who are they fighting against? They're fighting against our own White House and president, and against our own members of Congress. So they're fighting against our very own country, and they're fighting against ourselves. You know, this just doesn't seem like such a great idea. Maybe I could understand it if they were like fighting in self-defense, like if the other side attacked them first and they were just defending themselves. You know, let's look into that. Let's see what the other side is saying.
Compromise.
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 Compromise? Well, that sounds reasonable.
Everything we do around here does not have to wind up in a fight.
I'm prepared to make a whole range of compromises.
Legislation is the art of compromise, consensus building. Republicans are blocking their ability to compromise. They're refusing to negotiate with us. It's time for us to be adults. That's what the American people wants. It's time to come together and compromise.
I've been willing to compromise my entire political career. And I don't believe that I have the answers to everything, and it's my way or the highway. I will sit down and work with anyone of any party, not only to talk about the budget, I'll talk about ways to improve the healthcare system. And if reasonable Republicans want to talk about these things again, I'm ready to head up to the Hill and try. I'll even spring for dinner again.
It's better to work together. Everything doesn't have to be a fight. Everything doesn't have to be a fight. That's the way it's been the last couple of years.
Civility, common sense, give and take, compromise. Those aren't dirty words. There's nothing wrong with them.
So Obama and the Democrats are clearly willing to compromise, and they're trying to cooperate and work together with everybody. But the Tea Party faction, they just want to fight and blow everyone up. You know, shutting down the government and not raising the debt ceiling limit to cause the United States to default on its obligations is outrageously irresponsible.
To actually permit default, according to many CEOs and economists, would be, and I'm quoting here, insane, catastrophic, chaos. These are some of the more polite words. Warren Buffett likened default to a nuclear bomb, a weapon too horrible to use.
It is mind-blowing to me to think that there are members in Congress who are engaged in this level of nonsense. You know, these people do not belong in leadership positions, and they certainly do not belong in the United States Congress. You know, this event, it it sort of shook my entire faith in the entire system of government. You know, normally we all go about our daily lives and we're thankful that we live in the United States, a free country, a democracy where we can elect our own representatives and send them to Washington and have the confidence that they're doing a good job in the business on our behalf. Now look, I know they're politicians, so they're always engaged in some level of shenanigans, but this level of nonsense was absolutely unbelievable. You know, it almost had the effect of pulling back the curtain and allowing us to peer inside and see what was actually going on in Washington. And what did we see? We saw that there are some people in Congress who are idiots and they're doing things that are stupid, you know, and that really just sort of makes you think, wow, is that what's happening all the time? And it really sort of undermines your faith in government. The good news, though, is that it seems to be limited to a small political faction within the Republican Party. So that sort of restored my faith in government, to know that the majority of people are actually good and they're not, you know, wacky like this. But it also delivered a critical message in sort of red flashing lights, which is that we, the people, the little people, as voters, it is up to us to put people in Congress who deserve to be there. Not people that just want to fight and blow everything up, but people who are mature and responsible and who are willing to cooperate and work together with other people. And there are some very important elections that are coming up here. The 2014 congressional elections will be very important. In those elections, there are seats that are coming up for grabs in both the House and the Senate. So we, the people, the mainstream people across both parties, the Republican Party and the Democratic Party, we should join hands, come together, come out in force in these elections, and put people in Congress who really deserve to be there. You know, we have the opportunity in these elections to take this political faction, this minority Tea Party faction, and show them what it was like to actually be the T in the Boston Tea Party of 1773. So we can take this political faction and we can throw them overboard. See you next time.